It is our pleasure to be joined now on Stadium by our friend Stefon Diggs, Minnesota Vikings wide receiver, who's with us on behalf of his friends at Old Spice. Before we get into some NFL questions here, Stefon, we caught wind that you attended your first ever NHL game, a Minnesota Wild Tilt, the other night. Can you tell us what that experience was like?
It was my first one, so it kind of breaking me in a little bit. I'm learning the game, so I don't want to sound like I know too much, but it was exciting. It's definitely physical out there, so I like the sport.
How did it compare to watching a football game live, an NHL hockey game live?
It's a little different, different atmosphere as well. It's a lot going on, but each and every play is some contact a little bit, so I liked it.
And contact, unfortunately, has been kind of something that you guys have had to deal with, unfortunately, at the quarterback position. Sam Bradford got banged up. He isn't playing right now. Teddy Bridgewater, who has been your quarterback before, is on his way back from a horrific knee injury. I want to focus on Teddy for a second here. What's it been like just as a man in that locker room, watching Teddy struggle with blood, sweat, and tears to try and get back on the field?
It's been great. As far as it's definitely a different process, to see a guy go through, especially if he's one of your close friends, not only a teammate, but to watch him fight back and get to where he's at now, it's just, it's an inspiration, everyday inspiration to see a guy come out there and still smile and see him back in the mix and back throwing the ball around. It's fun.
Well, injury opens up opportunity in the NFL,
Definitely.
and Case Keenum has taken advantage of that opportunity with the injuries to Bradford and Bridgewater. He's got you guys flying high atop the NFC North right now. You guys think you have what it takes to be a legit contender with Case Keenum as your quarterback?
Yeah, we got 100% faith in him. I mean, you always have to, especially for what he's done and came in and handled things extremely well. Quarterback is not a position that, you take light for a guy to come in and have success. It's huge.
What separates this Minnesota Viking teams from others in the NFC that would make your fans or you in that locker room think you guys can win a Super Bowl?
Just because we don't really make any excuses. We never make any excuses. We use what we have to get the job done, and we hold ourselves to a high standard. So to believe in us is to believe in somebody that's going to give maximum effort at all time, and we'll find a way.
Steph, you've had quite a few big games in your young NFL career. I imagine if there was a cornerback in front of me and I asked him who's the toughest wide receiver you got to face, your name might pop up a time or two. But since you're the one responsible for catching the ball, who are some of the toughest corners that you get to face in the NFL week in and week out?
I would say every day I got probably the toughest battle going against Xavier Rhodes. That's number one. But it's weird. Not a lot of guys get a lot of respect as far as like corner wise. But we got some great guys, and not only in our division that I see twice a year that do a great job. Guy in Detroit, Darius Slay, and some guys around just not actually having the notoriety, but some guys that do some great things as far as like in the scheme that they're in. So you got to respect them. Everybody gets some respect. If you starting at corner, you're good to me.
Well, be honest. How often are the roads closed in practice when you and Xavier go at it?
Hey, listen, I have this like little thing he always say. He's never really says roads closed all the time. I say this, the highway is always open over here, so don't even bring that over this way. So we go back and forth so much.
Well, that would be entertaining if you get a chance to ever watch you two go at it in practice. Speaking of entertainment, Super Bowl is going to be in Minnesota this year, and I know you guys hope to be there playing, but Justin Timberlake is going to be a part of the halftime performance. We know Timberlake has a history there at the Super Bowl. What are you expecting to see from JT when he's out there during halftime?
He's never did nothing but greatness, so I mean, I'm expected. If I'm not there, I'll be watching, but hopefully I'm there and I could peek out, check it out a little bit.
Wouldn't mind that at all. I don't know if Coach Zimmer would appreciate that when you guys are trying to make some halftime adjustments. I'm sure he is a huge fan of JT, but if you guys are playing in that game, he might have some more pressing matters at hand.
Definitely.
Speaking of entertainment, I love the fact that the NFL is allowing you guys, after touchdowns, to celebrate as a group. I was a Rams fan growing up when they were the greatest show on turf, so I love the bob and weave anytime Marshall Faulk or Torrey Holt got in the end zone. We saw you guys do duck, duck, gray duck. I want to say that right since you're in Minnesota. Got any other planned celebrations in store when you find the end zone again this year?
We have every week. We think of something towards later in the week. I mean, it's not a focus going into when the game plan and stuff like that. But around Fridays and Saturdays when we're not doing anything, we think of some stuff. But we got some interesting things in the works right now. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. Give me a little time.
All right. And you always look good when you're out there, whether you're celebrating, catching a first down, because you have some of the best cleats or the tightest cleat game amongst wide receivers in the NFL. Can you fill us in on what inspires you for your feet every week?
It just depends on the week. last week we did we were in London, so I had some Banksy cleats. It's an artist out there that pops up and does art, and then I had some Air Max cleats as well. So it's all week to week. I try not to put too much focus on it, but I like looking good and I feel good. And I could play good.
Well, you're playing well, as are the rest of your teammates. You guys are sitting atop the NFC North at 6-2. A great start to the season. We wish you and your Minnesota Viking teammates nothing but good luck the rest of the way, Stefon. We appreciate you joining us here on Stadium. On behalf of your friends at Old Spice with their new Invisible Spray, you can find that by visiting oldspice.com for more. Thanks a lot, Stefon, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, boss. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.